Alrighty, we should be live. The YouTube delay. And we're on. Action. Mic check. Hello. Alrighty, we're rolling. We're rolling. 3 different things. This is getting high tech over here, peeps. Alrighty. YouTube's the main one, and the audio for the podcast is a big one. Alright. And we're off. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Episode 87, Dave's Dugout. We are live on YouTube. We're live on Instagram. Go check it out. The stream will still be up on YouTube by the time you're listening to this. And if you're listening to the podcast on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, wherever else you listen to your podcast, Podbean, thank you, SoundCloud. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Couldn't mean enough. We have a lot to get to on the podcast this week. We have most of the major sports in action. We have tons of hockey news. It's going to be fairly a heavy hockey podcast for us. If you can't tell by the get up, if you're watching live, either on Instagram or on YouTube, I even have... I'll talk about it. Baseball. Lots of baseball going on. We have the finals starting tonight over in the NBA, in the Orlando bubble. And we have the NFL. Wow. Timestamp. It is September 30th, last day in September, 12:30 Mountain Time. Not used to that yet. Baseball started by the time I was waking up today, like 10:30 in the morning, and baseball's on. We'll get into that. First things first. The NHL awards. Let's get there. I was going to talk about my outfit first, but make you wait if you can. It's so ridiculous on YouTube. It's a little too much, but whatever. So, the NHL awards were announced before, and I'm going to obviously get to the Stanley Cup Finals. We have a champion there. I'm going to get to that, but the awards happened first before the finals started, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And the Hart Trophy winner, the Edmonton Oilers, Leon. Oh man, I looked up how to say his name earlier so I wouldn't sound like an idiot. Born in Germany. Nope, I can't even do it. This is terrible. This is not the start I wanted to get to. This is what I was trying to prevent. I literally looked up how to pronounce his name. Leon Draisaitl. Anyway, he won the Hart Trophy. That's the MVP of this season. We had some finalists for the Hart Trophy. Runner-up was the Avs, Colorado Avalanche. Got to follow them pretty closely. Nathan MacKinnon. Our very own Rangers, Panarin, he was a finalist for the award. And then, if you don't know, in the Vezina, wow, I see, like now, this is ridiculous. Now I threw myself off. The Vezina Trophy is the goaltender trophy, going to the Winnipeg Jets, Connor Hellebuck. See, this is why you don't go live, people. Not that I would have ever restarted the podcast anyway. I never did that, but you know. Runner-up was Boston Bruins' Tuukka Rask in the award. Had a great year. And then obviously, if you couldn't figure since the Lightning, we're going to get to their news. But Andrei Vasilevsky, absolutely great goaltender. He was a finalist for the award. And then the Norris Trophy goes to the best defender in the NHL, and the Predators, Roman Josi, getting the award. Runner-up, John Carlson from the Capitals. And then, no shocker here that more Lightning's players are in this. Victor Hedman for the defensive player finalist. He was a finalist in the award, and we'll get to more on him. And then also, obviously, the Islanders having a great year, and they their GM won the award, Lou. So some awards there before we congratulate the Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat the Dallas Stars. Heck of a series. The Stars were just an offensive powerhouse come the playoffs. They had a crazy series versus the Avs where both teams were scoring 5 goals a game. Usually the over-under in hockey games is 5.5 goals, and they were getting 5 each. I think it was like 4 straight games. So absolutely crazy there. But congratulations to the Lightning. Only their second Stanley Cup ever. First one was in 2004. And I don't have this confirmed, but just from common sense and sports knowledge, this has to be the first time a team has ever lifted the Stanley Cup in a neutral stadium. I can't say in their stadium because people win on the road in the Stanley Cup Finals, but it's not like the Super Bowl where the Super Bowl just has a set destination. So I can't imagine a team has ever won on a neutral site like this. Winning at the other team's place that you're versing in the finals, yes, but so very weird. Obviously we're in 2020, so the arena was weird. Obviously that's through the whole playoffs, but it was just odd seeing them hold up the trophy. And usually they skate around the rink and the crowd's going crazy, and they didn't even really skate around the rink. They just kind of skated around each other. So it was crazy. The Lightning, though, I mean, best team all year, you could argue. Best team last year, you could argue. They actually pulled they had the best record last year, and they pulled a Virginia. Virginia lost to UMBC. I'm making a college basketball reference, obviously. And then they come back the next year and win the championship. Tampa Bay was the best team in hockey last year, and they got swept, right? I know they lost in the first round. I think they got swept in the first round. And then the next year they come back and win the championship. That's just, this kind of stuff doesn't happen in real life. This is like we've been living and watching movies, sports movies, for the last year with with Virginia and now Tampa Bay. I mean, this stuff is, they're literally going to have movies about this kind of stuff. But anyway, Hedman, I talked about him. He was voted the winner of the Conn Smythe Trophy. That's the MVP of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The other ones were the regular season awards that I butchered. I tried not to. Vasilevsky made 22 saves. I mean, he was great. And that's a thing, too. Everybody says you have to have a hot goaltender to make it far in Stanley Cup playoffs. And that's true. He absolutely was on fire for the Lightning. Posted a shutout in Game 6 for them to win. That wasn't his only shutout of the playoffs. But Hedman had 10 goals, and he's a defender. He's a defenseman. That's crazy, first of all. I mean, he led defensemen well, I'm knocking stuff over. He led defensemen in goals, so obviously, I mean, he led most players. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, obviously, is Steven Stamkos. The Lightning are so good. They were sweeping people in the playoffs without arguably their best player. They then got their best player back in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals. He played for 4 minutes, and he scored a goal. How the hell was that noise? I don't know if you guys could hear that. I heard it in my headphones. So he scored a goal in 4 minutes, and then didn't play again. Just never played again. Never came back in, and then they announced So he had surgery in February, and that was the first time back since February. I mean, people can go a whole season without scoring. This guy comes in, skates around for 4 minutes, and scores a goal. And the team makes it to the finals and essentially wins the finals without him. He's a captain. They handed him the Stanley Cup first when they presented the Lord Stanley's Cup to the Tampa Bay Lightning. They gave it to Steven Stamkos first. The guy played 4 minutes in the whole playoffs. So that tells you how important he was to the locker room. And you saw that when he scored. Who was it? Butchie from ESPN, John Butchergross, tweeted an outlook I have on sports that I've always said, like bringing people together and you could tell like the jubilation from the team when he scored was like so unselfish. Obviously, they're on the same team, but you could tell that they were just so excited for him. It was really cool to see. It was really cool. Obviously, like I said, they're on the same team, but it's like it brings everybody together. It's crazy when you have a captain that means that much to a team, and yeah, I was absolutely crazy. I mean, the fact that he scored in 4 minutes still is crazy to me. So congratulations once again to the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't know how much more you can say. I mean, after getting swept last year and then winning the championship the next year. I mean, it's crazy. So we'll move on to the decorations. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, you see I have now hung Henrik Lundqvist's T-shirt in the rafters of the dugout. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, you can't really see it, but you get the gist with the Henrik Lundqvist jersey as well. Announcing today. Yesterday, it looked like this was going to happen. Today, it's official. The Rangers released that they'll be buying out Henrik Lundqvist's contract after 15 years being a Ranger, being the king. You could argue the king of the NHL. You could argue the king of New York. One of the best goalies in this time. I don't know if I want to say all time. Absolutely an icon of the sport. I mean, not even from a gifted athletic standpoint, just from a celebrity and athlete standpoint, international icon. I mean, internationally, he's probably more popular than he is in America. And you ask any girl, hockey fan or not, most of them had like a crush on Henrik Lundqvist. He's a good-looking dude. So there's so much to get to. I mean, I just feel terrible that he didn't get to lift a Stanley Cup in New York. I think he deserves it. I hope he goes somewhere where they win the championship and he can at least experience that. Whether he's a starter or not, he probably won't be. But it's just a shame that the Rangers aren't as bad as the Knicks, but you know my take on the Knicks. And it's a shame that the Rangers aren't run better because Henrik deserved to be a Stanley Cup champion. And if he were, I probably wouldn't hesitate saying one of the best of all time. Maybe he'll be... I wish I had Matt on the podcast. He knows a little more about hockey than me. Charles Barkley-esque Hall of Famer without a championship is Henrik in that level. Obviously, his career's not over, so maybe he still has a chance. I don't know. It just sucks that they never won. I mean, they came so close a couple times. Essentially, the Rangers traded after a team to the Lightning, so it's kind of like the Rangers won when the Lightning won, right? I'm just kidding, but I switched on this. I see that. I like how I can see the comments. Thank you, Kyle, for tuning in. So that's the hockey news. I mean, pretty much now, or I don't know how far in. Let's go over to baseball. Baseball today now is. I hate making this comparison because I'm literally my two favorite days of the year are that Thursday, Friday of March Madness. Today kind of has that vibe. It's not nearly as much though. But with baseball, there's 8 playoff postseason baseball games on today. Mountain time, I woke up at 10:30 and there was already baseball on. So maybe East Coast it didn't happen as quick, but still like 11 a.m. and baseball's on and it's going to be on all night long. I mean, there's West Coast Dodgers games that are going to be on super late. So if you're a baseball fan, welcome because this is your March Madness day. And if you're a sports fan and you love that all day streaming while you're at work, hiding it from your boss, today's your day to do it. And now sports betting's legal in 7 states. So go throw $5 on the Cincinnati Reds and you'll care a little more. If you're not like it's still so much to go and whatever. I don't know why people are so grumpy. So first, I'm going to do the same thing like I kind of did with the NHL. The awards, technically, the MLB awards haven't been released yet. I almost gave you guys some fake news. I was going to read off some Cy Young winners, but it was the website I was looking at was just their writers or their professionals' picks for the awards, and I thought they had released the awards already. So we were close to a dugout mess up, but I fact checked it, and they have not been released yet. So we're just going to go over the batting, regular season awards and stuff, and then we'll get into the postseason. Home run award for the AL, Luke Voigt had 22 homers. That's the most in all of the MLB. Marcell Ozuna had 18 for Atlanta. I didn't really get a chance to watch Ozuna that much this year with Atlanta, but he used to be a Cardinal, so I used to watch him all the time. And, 18 home runs, and I think you're going to hear his name again in a second. Batting average, DJ LeMahieu hit 364 this season. That's absurd. NL, Juan Soto, 351. Juan Soto showed that he's one of the best in the game last year. RBIs, Jose Abreu for the White Sox, 60. Marcell Ozuna, again, like I said, you're going to hear his name again for the NL, and Atlanta, he had 56 RBIs. Stolen bases, I don't even want to try to say his name for Kansas City, but he had 24. The NL is Trevor Story, had 15, so that tells you how much 24 was when the NL's leader only had 15 only. It's a lot of stolen bases in a, 60-game season. And then pitching, Shane Bieber is literally in every award here. Wins, him and Yu Darvish had 8. ERA, Bieber had 163. While Trevor Bauer had 173. Strikeouts, guess who? Shane Bieber, 122. In the NL, Jacob deGrom had 104. That poor guy the Mets need to let him go. Speaking of buying people out of their contracts. Poor Mets. Why is New York so bad at winning championships? If it weren't for the Yankees, New York's a disgrace, man. We are just like, how many championships does Boston have in the last 50 years? It's like 36 or something stupid. If it weren't for the Yankees, the Knicks, the Rangers, the Mets, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Anyway, don't even get me started. Then some fielding. Cody Bellinger, Mookie Betts. We don't have to get into their numbers. But yeah, so I was close to announcing some Cy Young winners and stuff on here, but technically not out yet. So postseason, let's run down it because 8 games today, 16 teams. We had game 1s in the AL yesterday. Tampa Bay is the 1 seed in the AL. We have the Blue Jays are the 8. The Indians are the 4. Man, this is making me do some thinking. It's just the logos. 5 is the Yankees. Twins are the 3 versus the Stros are the 6. The cheat Stros. The asterisk Stros. They really got they got lucky, man. Astros fans. Anybody have any Astros fans? Bressler, I saw you tuned in here for a second. I don't know if you're still there, but without fans, man, this would have been a whole nother season for the Astros if there were fans in the stands. My God, would they have gotten heckled and booed. And I actually don't have the number on how many pitches they got hit by. Does anybody have a update on that? I know we were going on the over. Then the A's and the White Sox, it's the 2 versus the 7. A's are the 2. Let's see, did the higher seed win? No, it's a split. So, no. The higher seed only won Tampa Bay, the 1 versus the 8. The Yankees won, they were the 5. The Astros won, they were the 6. And the White Sox won, and they were the 7. So, we've got some parity here, game 1s. Home field advantage, going to be weird in this. How much does home field advantage count in playoff baseball when there's no fans? I don't know. That's going to be interesting. So all those games, they all play again today. And then on the NL side of things, excuse me, sorry. The Dodgers are the 1 against the Brewers are the 8. The Brewers now, that's tough. That's one I wanted to bet on, but I'm not sure. And I know this always sounds like you're like hedging yourself. It's one of those things where I think the Dodgers could win by 10, or I really think the Brewers have a shot at keeping this close and winning this series. It's It's one of those. I mean, and that's been the Dodgers. They're the best team in baseball every year, and then they lose in the playoffs. I mean, sometimes they lose in the finals. So like, granted, they're close. Um, they're like the Clippers. They like can't win. I don't know what it is. It's like a Los Angeles thing. I hope it continues with the Lakers. I hope they can't win either. Um, so we'll see. That one's tricky. I don't know. If you have a stronger feeling on that series, let me know. I would not be shocked if the Dodgers won by 5 2 games in a row, and I wouldn't be shocked if that goes 3 games and the Brewers win. Honestly, um, this season, I mean, the short season, I almost kind of like the short baseball season. I've said that always. Hockey and baseball need to go down to 100 games instead of 180 or whatever it is. 60 was kind of cool. I wish there were fans, and I wish everything didn't feel weird, but we don't live in a perfect world. So, number 4, Padres. I can't believe the Padres is number 4. They've been the worst team in baseball for years. That just sounds weird to say that the Padres are in the playoffs. They're taking on the Cards, number 5. I think you know who I'm going to go with there. 3 Cubbies versus 6 Marlins. Marlins also a team that have been terrible. They're number 6 in the playoffs. Who to thunk? And then the 2 Braves. Braves really good. And the Reds, number 7. So those games all going on. I know the Reds game is going on right now. I think the Astros game is going on right now. I could pull up scores, but I don't think that's worth the wait because it'll be over by the time you're listening to the podcast. Unless you're watching live on YouTube. And if you are, I appreciate it. So that's the bracket. Oh, the one thing, too, I wanted to hit on. I probably would, if it weren't for the news today, I probably would have worn a Cardinal shirt for this purpose. I really want, Mom and Dad, if you're listening, for Christmas, one of those light blue, those baby blue Cardinals jerseys, Yadier, Molina. Oh, those are fire. This guy, Yadier, I've always wanted more Yadier apparel. Now it's like, I don't even care. Usually I get jerseys like this, and the guy retires the next year. It always happens to me. Or Todd Gurley, I get his jersey, gone. I have a curse with buying jerseys. So, Yachty, I would rep that forever. I mean, the Cardinals, he's going to go down as a Cardinals great. He is a Cardinals great. One of baseball's greats. I think now, as of last week, if you didn't hear, Yadier Molina hit his 2,000th hit all time and with the Cardinals. Not many people can say, join the 2,000 hit club, the 3,000 hit club like Jeter, all with one team. Absurd. I mean, why he's one of the best of all time. We got Aaron Molina, 2,000 hits with the Cardinals. That is, I think he was a borderline. My fandom makes me a little biased. I thought he was just over the edge of the Hall of Fame, but now that I've listened to more people talk about it, now that he has this mile marker, and baseball's weird like that. Baseball's very, Cooperstown is very numbers. If you hit certain benchmarks, your chances in the Hall of Fame skyrocket because the voters just look, does he have this? So now that he's in the 2,000 hit club, A, the announcers, and B, myself all agreed. I think all 3 announcers said he's a Hall of Famer now. He was on the edge, teetering. Obviously, Cardinal, great Hall of Famer, Yadier Molina, congratulations. I mean, I love those kinds of guys. I mean, Albert Pujols was my favorite player until he got left, traded, whatever you want to call it. Derek Jeter. I mean, the guys that stick with the team, there's something about that just makes it extra special if you're a fan of the team. It just adds something to it. I mean, the fact that we've never seen Yadier Molina in anything but Cardinal red, it's cool. It's unique, and it's rare these days. It's rare. It's way more rare than the opposite. So, really cool. I had to give Yachty a shout out there. Really good dude too. I mean, if you've watched specials on him, or if you haven't, you should. ESPN's done a feature on him. I think it was ESPN. By him going back to his hometown. Crazy stuff. Okay. Was that everything in baseball? Now we got NBA and football. And it's a wrap. I'll just see how far we are in 20 minutes. Not bad. We're on track. 20 more minutes. We'll be good. Whew, I got to talk for 20 more minutes. Shouldn't have. That's why I don't look at the time. Can't think about those things. All right. If you're not caught up on basketball, we're in the finals. Game 1 tonight. Lakers, Heat. Spoiler. The Nuggets and the Celtics did not win. If you didn't know that, I'm sorry. I apologize for ruining that for you. But game 1's tonight, so get over it. The Lakers, the Nuggets, we tried to ride the Nuggets bandwagon. The comeback kids. It was a story we all loved. I mean, it was already really cool. I mean, we can't get greedy. Coming back 3-1 against the Jazz was incredible. That Jazz Nuggets series was one of the best of the playoffs, if not the best. Nuggets Lakers, again down 3-1. No team has ever come back from down 3-1 twice and win the series. They did it. That's absolutely insane. What was it, 5 or 6 teams had even just come back from a 3-1 deficit just in general once? So for them to do it twice, back-to-back series, that's insane. Then they go down 3-1 against the Lakers. And we're like, can they do it again? The answer is no. They lost 4-1. They did get hosed, though, game 2. So the series could have been 2-2. Then we wouldn't have had the 3-1 drama, but I think it would have been a closer series, a little more pressure on the Lakers. We would have seen how they responded. Conspiracy theory alert, I'm not totally bought in, but there is part of me that thinks the NBA obviously would have wanted Lakers Celtics. We didn't get it, so there goes your conspiracy theorists. You got to let the boys play. But part of me, if either one, the Heat, Celtics, or Lakers Nuggets series, if it went down to game 7 and it was a close game 7, I think we would have seen calls favor the Celtics and the Lakers. And we already saw calls favoring the Lakers and that's not even me being a bias. I mean, anyone. I mean, they were talking about sports radio, but there were calls, like, people were upset that LeBron was complaining because he was getting so many calls and still complaining about not getting enough calls. That's not me being a LeBron hater. And B, I'm not a LeBron hater. I just, the hype, okay, I've been over it. It's whatever. Greatest of this time, yeah, undeniable. I'm not an idiot. I know, he's the best right now. So when you get into that all-time talk, we jump the gun. And then the Heat and the Celtics. The Heat have been if it weren't for the Nuggets, they've been like the darlings of this playoffs. I mean, they knocked off the Bucks. The Bucks were the favorite to win this whole thing. They knocked off the Bucks 4-1. Like the Heat have been playing out of their mind, and they don't really. I mean, Jimmy Butler's a superstar. I guess you could argue he's not though. A superstar. Superstars are rare. What are there? 5, 10 superstars, like Steph Curry. Like those names that like not basketball fans know. Jimmy Butler's not one of those. He's a star or a superstar in the basketball world, but a superstar, a LeBron James, that like the Heat don't have that. So the fact that Giannis now, like right, those are the people you think. James Harden, I think you could argue. Usually those teams have one of those people. Kawhi and the Lakers. So the Heat, they're just good. They're just a good basketball team, and they're well coached. It's like I don't even like. It sounds stupid to boil it down that simply, but like that's what it is. I don't know what else to say. Eric Spoelstra's proving that he's one of the best coaches in the game. Also proving he doesn't need LeBron to make it to the finals. If the Heat win this, and I think they have a shot, for the sole fact that you don't think Spoelstra knows everything about LeBron, how LeBron prepares, how LeBron's going to play. Can you stop LeBron? I don't know. That's easier said than done. You can't, especially in today's NBA. I mean, what are you supposed to do? There's a bull barreling down at you, and you're not allowed to touch him. So, like, back in the day, Shaq's coming at you. At least you could body him up and, like, you could do something about it. Now what do you like? You literally watch the game and guys step out of the way and just lay up. There's 2 points. Just take it because it's not worth getting fouled out. I personally, why I've had such a not a bias. Disdain is a hard word, rough, tough word. Um, but the NBA has been lower on my list of the last few years. It's just I don't know. If I wanted to go watch that, if you're watching live, that was a flop. I'd I'd be a big Chelsea fan. Or I don't want to throw Chelsea under the bus, but I'd be like an English Premier nut. If I wanted to watch people roll around and flail their arms up, and that's why football is so popular in America. It's why basketball was in the '90s and the Bad Boys era and the Jordan. That's why the Jordan doc has outperformed. What am I trying to say? The rankings of every single Jordan doc, by far better ratings than any playoff game we've seen. We'll see if that changes in the finals, because really people don't start watching until the finals. But that's crazy. A rerun of the Jordan doc, a documentary of something that happened a decade ago, has been by far more ratings than live basketball, live playoff basketball. That's an absurd stat that I just thought was crazy. So I'm sure that, I don't know, it might be close. The finals might outperform one of the episodes. Some of them, I don't know. We'll see how much people care. I don't know. If it was Lakers Celtics, probably. Now it's Lakers Heat. Lakers Heat has a ring to it. Nuggets Heat, Nuggets Heat, I wanted just because I love just parody and underdogs and fun. Um, but if I was what's his name, Adam Silver, and I got a Nuggets Heat final in the Orlando bubble after all the stress and, excuse my language, bullshit that he probably went through to put this bubble together, and you get Nuggets Heat in the finals. Oh my God, that would have sucked for the NBA. Ratings would have been terrible. I would have loved it. Not, I don't want to see them do bad. I would have loved that matchup. But from a rating standpoint, that would have been awful for them. Like, I don't, that just, and obviously Lakers Celtics will always outperform anything. Not anything, anything for the NBA. That's like the best outcome for them. I don't know how long ago. I'm looking at the comments now. Place your bet now, Yanks. Cards are going down. So we'll go in the NFL. Usually I lead with the NFL because that's what people care about the most. But I'm off to an 0-3 start in fantasy, so I don't think anybody cares about my opinion. Nah, it's been close games, whatever. So this year seems to be worse injury-wise in the NFL. I don't know. I think just because of everything that's going on, we're hyping it that way. Because usually those first 2 weeks, week 1, week 2 of the preseason, usually a lot of big names go down. This year does feel worse, though. I don't have stats on how many people get hurt week 1, 2, 3, 4 usually in a season, but I know they said, I was watching Red Zone, was it week 2, and they were saying that was the most ACL tears in one day. It was either tied for or the most ever. So that, I mean, is a stat that, so clearly people are getting hurt at an alarming rate. I do think there is a direct correlation to no preseason, because for most people who played football know practice and a game is totally different. Adrenaline, you're going 170% instead of 80 against your teammates, and your body, your ACLs are a perfect example, aren't used to that kind of torque and pressure. And we're talking about freak athletes that run 28 miles an hour and drop on a dime and do a spin move. I mean, obviously they're going to get hurt. It's crazy to think that they're not. But then again, player safety, you can't have these guys banging into each other at 100 miles an hour 7 days a week. So how do we I don't know. That's the thing that I think everybody struggles with. It's dangerous, and my point of view has always been that's why you get paid a lot. I mean, dangerous jobs usually get paid more. It's like a direct correlation usually, and if it's not, it should be. So I think the NFL's past that threshold. They make more than other dangerous jobs you could sign up for. So I don't know. That's always been my standpoint. If that's controversial, sue me. I'm not worth much, so don't bother. Thursday Night Football. Once again, last week we'll go over week 3 and then week 4 quick. Yeah, once again, Thursday Night Football. They never will. No one's gonna listen to me, but they need to get rid of it. It's terrible. It's a. Why don't you want your best product out there on national television? You don't get your best product on Thursday night. There's rare examples. What was it? Rams Chiefs that one year? That was like a great Thursday night game. But that's because it was like 2 of the best teams in the NFL. When you get these average or below average teams on Thursday night, it's not a good product. It never has been. It's people just watch because it's football and it's Thursday night because nothing else is on. But that's why they make so much money and they'll never get rid of it. It's because the ratings are fantastic. Thursday night ratings outrate everything. Like, not everything, but like it's nuts if you ever look at football ratings. This year they are plummeting though. I'm not going to get into why and how and all that, but the ratings are down this year, which is crazy because most people are home and not doing anything. The Bills and the Rams. I have it recorded. I still need to watch this game. I actually don't. I'm like hesitant on putting myself through that. I'm glad I didn't watch it live because I think I would have. I don't know. I don't know if I would have lost money or made money because they ended up coming back. But when they were down, what were they down? 21-3. I would have bet the house that they come back. I actually don't think I would have. I don't know, but live betting's dangerous. I haven't been in that circumstance before because the Rams just used to suck, and then now they've just been good. So they haven't had to come back from many 20, 21 point deficits. I don't know. Then they scored 30 straight, came back. Bills won 35-2. The Bills are good. Josh Allen is. I think now he's starting to get MVP talk. Russell Wilson should be. Russell Wilson set a record, if you didn't hear, was it 14 touchdowns in the first 3 games? He broke Mahomes' record that Mahomes broke Peyton's record. It was 12, then it was 13, now it's 14. So we've been seeing some crazy stuff these last 2 years. Russell Wilson, I mean, I've always said good things about him, even though the Seahawks are my rivals. He's incredible. He doesn't get enough credit. I don't know why. He's one of the rare quarterbacks that doesn't get credit. Usually it's all we talk about is the quarterbacks. The Seahawks, for some reason, it's always been the defense and the 12th man and Pete Carroll. I don't know why Russell Wilson doesn't get more credit. He's fantastic. I don't want him to keep this up from a Rams fan standpoint, but I want him to keep it up from a, my God, he's playing out of his mind and it's fun to watch standpoint. Bears Falcons. My Falcons. 0-3 to start the season. They're like my fantasy team. We got to bounce back, peeps. What is going on? It's not going to be easy. I said they were going to win their division. This is not making me look good. They'll get it going, though, hopefully. They've had some tough games. Okay? They shouldn't have lost to the Bears. That's bad. 30-26. That's... Browns, Washington. Browns won. Vikings off to an 0-3 start. I didn't see that coming either. They've been good the last couple of years. So I thought they'd be, decent. But they've got some turning around to do. Titans won that one 31-30. That's crazy. Raiders, Patriots. Raiders couldn't keep their magic going and win another one. Pats 2-1. Watch out. Are the Pats going to start rolling? I'm scared. Matt, don't watch the beginning. You're just tuning in. I butchered my hockey news, man. I look like a fool. No, just pronounce the name wrong that I googled before I started, so I wouldn't pronounce it wrong. And you know what? Sometimes stuff just doesn't work out, and then it takes you off your flow. So whatever. Giants 0-3. That shouldn't be shocking. 49ers won. 49ers are riddled with injuries. So are the Broncos. We're going to get there. The Bengals and the Eagles. The Eagles, they both were like, it's one of those games like, oh, somebody's got to win. Somebody won't be 0-3. And they're both 0-2-1. They can't score in overtime even. I don't know what's wrong with the Eagles. People freaking out saying Wentz is I don't know. That's Philly fans for you, though. They was like, trade him. He's terrible. Like 2 months ago, they were like, Wentz is the best thing ever. So I don't know what they're doing. I almost just quoted Trump. That was bad. Would he say bad things happen in Philadelphia? I can't believe he said that. Why would you ever say that? Oh, my God. Oh, I'm crying. Whew. All right. Football news. I mean, you guys all know what happened. The Broncos lost. They're starting their third quarterback in 4 weeks. Cardinals lost to the Lions. I didn't see that coming. It looked like the Cardinals were going to be like rolling and be the surprise of the season. They lost 26-3. Seahawks beat the Cowgirls. No shocker there. It is shocking, though, how many yards Dak Prescott's thrown for. I saw that the other day. I can't believe he's leading the league by so much. Because they're 1-2. They're not winning, but he's like throwing for like 1 trillion yards every day. Packers Saints. That game was awesome. If you did not watch that Sunday Night Football game, try to like record a rerun on NFL Network of that game. Because that's, I mean, Rodgers Breeze. I think it's only happened 5 times. I mean, you're watching 2 Hall of Famers go at it with good teams. 37-7, the Packers ended up winning. That was a good game. And then Monday night, everybody was hyping up the Ravens-Chiefs games. People were saying they literally promoted it as the game of the year. And that Sunday Night Football game with Rodgers and Breeze, that was the game of the year. Not taking anything away from Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, but like they're still young, man. They're like 3 years in the league. They got like Mahomes. I get like yes, he's like one of the best. It's like him and Aaron Donald are the 2 best players in the NFL. I get it. But, like, they're still young. They still got to prove. Like, Rodgers and Breeze, they've been doing it for longer than, like, those kids have been alive almost. So you got to, like, this is just a weird example. I mean, you never know what game's going to be good and bad. But that Sunday Night Football game was fantastic. Start to finish. That was, so far, I think, the game of the year. That'll be hard to beat. I don't know. I mean, how often do we get matchups like that? I mean, we had the Brady-Breeze matchup. And we had the Rodgers-Breeze matchup. We had the Mahomes-Lamar matchup. Name another matchup that's going to be better. I mean, Russ. Who's Russell Wilson? Is he going to play the Saints or the Packers or the Chiefs at some point this season? I don't know. I don't have the whole season pulled up, but that's the only way, maybe. I'm not going to put Josh Allen at that level, but those are the guys that are playing like that right now. Apparently, Dak's numbers, he's playing like that. Like I said, Thursday Night Football, Week 4, we'll go into that, and then we'll get out of here. The Broncos and the Jets, that is just... The line's even. So, yeah, even Vegas doesn't have a favorite in that game. They're just like, I don't know, pick one. Somebody's got to win. That's going to be like the the game last week. They're going to tie in overtime. I don't know. The Broncos are just so riddled with injuries. I feel bad for them. Instagram people, too. If you're watching live, I think we're getting close to the hour mark, so this might turn off on you. But live streaming on YouTube, you get to see all the decorations. The rafters hung up in the dugout. I keep making that joke. I gotta stop. The rafters hung up in the dugout. Did I really just say that? The jerseys, but it's a T-shirt hung in the rafters of the dugout. Anyway. Oh, the Giants and the Rams. Oh, let's go. I didn't know that was the matchup this week. Wow. Oh boy. All my Giants buddies, we want to make some bets. What's the line? -12. I'll give you the line. Obviously. Not going to make you bet Giants or Rams. -12? I'll take that. 2 touchdowns? That's a lot. I wish it was like 10. Screw it. 2 touchdowns. Let's go. Let's go! Should I make picks? Let's make picks. Why not? I didn't do my preseason divisional rankings like I normally do. So let's go on the record for something for once, huh? Colts Bears. That's why I don't do this because it's always so close. Colts are favored. Bears are at home. Like this doesn't make any sense. Hmm. All right, we got rapid fire. My gut's telling me Colts. I don't think the Bears go 4-0. Let's go Colts favorites by 2.5. Jags Bengals. Bengals got to get a win. Bengals got to get a win. We're going Bengals. Bengals are favored, 3 points. Browns Cowgirls. I'm going Browns. Underdogs, 5-point dogs. Let's go Browns. Always bet against the Cowgirls. Saints Lions. Saints are only 4-point favorites. I would ride Saints. The Lions are one of those teams though. They'll lose to like the worst team in the league and then they'll beat the Saints. So watch out. Seahawks Dolphins. Seahawks are 3-0. 6.5 favorites against the Fins. I don't see the Seahawks losing that. 7-point favorites, so that's a lot. Chargers Bucks. Bucks are 7-point favorites against the Chargers. I probably like the Bucks to win, but I don't know if I like them to win by 7. That's a lot. I'm surprised. Unless is somebody hurt on the Chargers that I don't know about, or that I know about and can't think of. Washington Ravens. Ravens will probably bounce back. Oh my God, they're 13-point favorites. That's a lot, but I don't know. Watch Washington keep it close. I have no idea what they do week 1, so we'll see. Cardinals Panthers. I can't see the Cardinals losing a close one again like that 2 weeks in a row. So let's go Cards. Vikings Texans. Texans are 0-3. Vikings are 0-3. Didn't see either of those coming. Somebody's got to win. There is no line on this game, on ESPN at least. So flip a coin. Are you ready? Vikings or Texans? Somebody's got to go 1-3. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll go Vikings. I don't. Flip a coin. Patriots Chiefs. Oh wow, that's a good matchup. Chiefs are -7. Huh. I've kind of been riding the Patriots bandwagon, even though I've hated them for all of my life. I kind of want to see the upset. I kind of want to see Patriots. I never thought I'd say that. Tom Brady leaving was the best thing for me letting go of my hatred. Bills Raiders. Bills -3. I think everybody's gonna be riding the Bills. Everybody's hot on Josh Allen, but let's watch out for the Raiders. I think the Raiders might pull another trick out of their hat. They played bad, but they played good against the Saints. So let's go Raiders. I'm not confident, if you could tell by my voice, but let's do it. Eagles 49ers. 49ers are hurting. The Eagles just can't put it together. San Francisco 7-point favorites. I don't know. This is almost. I have a feeling the Eagles are going to win. I have a feeling everybody's down on the Eagles. The world is ending. Wentz shouldn't be the quarterback, and they're going to beat the 49ers by 20. I have no idea. I have no logic behind that, but that's just like the vibe I'm getting. Breaking news today. I did want to talk about this. I didn't write it down. That's what I get. Steelers Titan postponed. We might have our first ever Tuesday night football game if they can't play on Sunday or Monday. So that'll be weird. So Steelers Titans, stay tuned. That's going to be very interesting. The COVID protocol just makes it weird. So, yeah. And then Falcons Packers. Green Bay, 7.5-point favorites. I gotta ride Falcons just from they can't go 0-4 or I'm screwed. They go 0-4, we're gonna have to start hitting the panic button. 0-3, I'm okay. I'm still okay. 0-4, we don't hit the panic button, but you lift the little glass, like in movies, they always have that glass little case over the button that you have to hit. So, yeah. So, viewer questions. Not used to this. Todd playing. Yeah, Todd Gurley's that. He is okay. He's not doing what I thought he was gonna do. Vikings need to be COVID free tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know if the Vikings will be. It seems like the NFL's COVID protocols are easier than, at least I was at like our CMU college football D2 school in Grand Junction. 66 players are getting tested today on Wednesday, and all of them have to come back negative for them to be able to play. It doesn't. I don't know. Don't quote me on the NFL rule, but it seems like. I guess we're always delayed though. I guess they took the test Monday, and that was the one that came back. So they took tests Tuesday. So it's always like a 2-day delay until we get the results. So I don't know. We have to wait like a day. It sounds like to get the tests back, and we'll see if they can. I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to see Tuesday Night Football. As weird as that sounds, I think that's what they're going to go with. That'll be weird. It might be like a trial run. I don't know. I actually hope that doesn't happen because I already don't like Thursday Night Football. If the NFL gets in their head that they can start doing Tuesday, Wednesday night too, we're done for. So, all right, that's an episode. Congratulations to Tampa Bay Lightning on the Stanley Cup championship. Henrik, it's been real. It's been fun. I'm sorry that you didn't get to win. Yadier Molina, congratulations, Mr. 2000 with the Cards. Those were the highlights. And if you're a big baseball fan, buckle up because it's all day. And NBA Finals tonight. NFL coming soon. It's all crazy. All right. That was an episode. If you were watching live on YouTube, thank you. If you're watching live on Instagram, thank you. And for those on the podcast, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you next week. Woo! Alrighty. Goodbye, Instagram. We'll see you next time. How do I do this? In video. And goodbye on YouTube. Thank you again. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know how I can fix things. See you next time.